circumstances are not very favorable, still you have mechanisms in the firm or in the enterprise which should make it possible for you to continue. And sustainability in the marketplace is important because what we expect from an entrepreneur is not a person who fly by night time, who comes and goes away. We want someone who will continue to nurture an enterprise, see to it that it is generates profits and is able to withstand favorable as well as adverse environment. For that, we teach in the business schools. You will be taught, my student friends here, mainly sustainability in the marketplace. You will be taught about the finance, how the risk and reward should be balanced. You will be taught in the marketing, how do you adapt to changing demand pattern and changing clientele. You will be taught in the human resource management, how do you get the maximum productivity, at the same time give satisfaction to your employees. You will be taught in your production management, how do you minimize your input output and still maintain a certain level of production. These things in very great elaboration will be taught to you in class on sustainability. And this is important because if you are not able to sustain in the marketplace, the other two roles which I will be describing to you will not be there because the very existence of a firm or enterprise will depend how sustainable it is in the marketplace to start with. But that is not enough. What is important is that a firm has to be sustainable even from the societal level. When you say a firm has to be sustainable at the societal level, it has certain dimensions which we have to emphasize. It means that within the firms, there are practices which are in tune with the societal norms or societal values. Then the firm dealing with its employees, dealing with its whole clientele is not cutting corners, it is doing it according to certain set of norms and values which are acceptable to society. It also means a sustainability at the societal level in the sense that it agrees that it has certain social responsibility. In our country and in several other countries, we have understood now that a firm is not an island in the ocean. It is also the part of whole value of the society. And therefore it has got certain obligations. These obligations have to be fulfilled in its day-to-day functioning. And these have to be done according to certain norms and certain values. In all good management schools, ethics in business is one of the important topics. In IIM Ahmedabad, I recruited one of the best known person in this area, Professor Pradeep Khandwala, just to design a course on ethics in management. He did an excellent job and he was not only acceptable by the students and faculty, but the Society of IIM Ahmedabad thought that his contribution was such that he should be made the director. So he succeeded, I.G. Patel, but he was the director. The societal responsibility is equally important for any firm. So this is the second level at which we are talking about this sustainability. The third level is the environmental sustainability. We are all working with the finite resources. You may have set for yourself something which you think is very abundant, but in practice, when you look into it, if everyone were to follow the same way, probably there is no element which is abundant, which is limitless. There is a limit. And most of these, especially the natural elements, whether it is land, whether it is water, or any other natural element, it is important that we also be careful that we use it as economically as possible. There is a very famous story about Mahatma Gandhi, that when he was in Sabarmati ashram, and Sabarmati was flowing at that time, it was full of water. And he would go at the bank of Sabarmati and wash his face with very little water. And someone who was very close to him says, Bapu, what are you doing? Here is a whole river flowing and you are taking just a anchuli bhar water, just a handful of water. And Gandhiji said, well, river is flowing, I need water, but it does not mean that nobody else needs water. I have to be careful that I use only what I have absolutely necessary to use. As very many people have said this, his very famous sentence that says, for everyone's need there is plenty, but for anyone's greed there is none. It is similar thing that finite resources, and this is what the business is supposed to do now. In Rajasthan, where some of you may be working later, the most important, most precious thing is the water. And we expect from the place where I am working, when we look into the various new enterprises proposals, we also see how much water they are going to take. Because it is again a very limited quantity. And this is true for all our enterprises. Whether it is land or whether it is water, we have to be economic, and that needs, if we do not do that, we will not be sustainable. You cannot have unlimited use of water and say that still we can continue. There is a finite limit. Another aspect of the environment is that the firm is not allowed or should try to minimize the pollution. We are all now becoming more and more aware that there is something called climate change, that there is something which is happening in the environment which is injurious, and therefore it needs to be looked into carefully. And what we expect each enterprise to do is at least not to contribute more to the pollution, but if to the extent possible, try to make the environment more healthy. There are ways by which people are cutting corners. You might have heard about the carbon trade, that the Western countries, where a lot of pollution is generated because of the way in which their technology was functioning till recently, in order to compensate other countries, they say we voluntarily will give certain tax on the carbon emission. Now this, to my mind, is very short-sighted. Maybe for some time it is useful that polluter pays as the adage goes, but this is not a solution. Solution is that all of us think that if we contribute in deteriorating our environment, it is not something which can be compensated only by giving some sort of compensation, some carbon trade or whatever else it is. It is important therefore that, right, and this is not that only big firms and the large multinationals have to be careful about pollution. In Rajasthan again, which is more identified with the small and medium enterprises rather than the large ones, you see that the printing establishment in Pali or in Saganer or in Bagaru, all these are polluting. And because of that, the health of not only the people themselves, but people